Ladies, let's be real. If you're even a little confused if a guy likes you or wants to be with you, he probably doesn't. And I know this for a fact because through my many dating debacles that I chronicle on my TikTok, I've learned these 4 signs that a man is using you. Okay, number 1, his actions rarely match his words. One of my favorite celebrity dads of all time is Dr. Josh Deloney. I love that man. And he has this beautiful quotable that says, if behavior is a language, what is that man telling you? Now, I had a little sass at the end. I got a little razzle-dazzle, but you get the point. People may not always say what they think, but they will always show you what they value. And in one of my older TikToks, I was talking about a guy that I was dating, and his words and his actions were just all over the place. And this same guy gave me this really rigid 8-date test where after 8 dates, he would then know if he wanted to give me this prize of finally being in a committed relationship. And my dumb behind went with it, right? Well, 11 dates later, he was still moving the goalposts on when he would finally make it official. So, and I met his child and all these things, right? I'm like, bro, we together, but that's beyond the point. On the outside looking in, it was clear that he was using me. But just being a person on the inside, living through it, it was just much harder to see because honestly, I wanted to believe. And also, I was super confused on how much grace to give this person that I was dating because if I truly wanted marriage to be the goal, wouldn't I need to start acting and behaving like I wanted marriage? Like, wouldn't I need to start practicing the grace of a wife if I'm asking God to bring me a husband? And it's that kind of backwards, self-sacrificial talk that makes me bring up this quote from Dr. Deloney. If behavior is a language, what are they actually telling you? Not what do you want them to say or wish they would say, but what, without any convincing, manipulation, planting any seeds, without any of that, what are they actually communicating to you through their actions? Because I promise you, it's a universal concept. You make time for what you want to make time for, period. You make room for your priorities, right? You're watching this video because you want to. Number 2, you're his do girl. Now, I understand that this can be taken sexually, and I'm not really talking about that. I'm more so talking about this umbrella idea of you simply giving more than you get. This can look like when he calls you and it's always about you helping him do something or loaning him some money or him asking what you cooked tonight when y'all are not married and that is not y'all's arrangement. Or even more sneaky, you're the girl he calls to be his therapist and to talk about everybody else, but never the two of you in y'all's relationship. See, that's that sneaky stuff, and I don't like that. Simply put, you're constantly fixing something, mending something, helping him through a crisis, or just simply being his backbone. And you know in your heart of hearts, you could never count on him in that way. The effort, the labor, and the relationship is dangerously unequal. And this kind of treatment only gets worse because people start to get comfortable. After they get comfortable, the one time you're not available, they act like you ran over their pet because they were only using you and had nothing else to give. Number 3, all of his plans with you are last minute and never thought out. When I tell you this is one of my top 5 pet peeves, let me calm down. Okay, so this is the guy who usually texts you the day of, either in the middle of the day or after work hours, and he wants to hang out, but only because he's bored or his first choice flaked on him. And ladies, peep game. You can tell that this is the case because 1, the plans won't consider anything you like to do or that you're interested in. 2, it will feel sudden and random and just kind of like there. And then also, when you ask him details, the who, what, when, where, why, the plans will be underbaked and there will be this nonchalant attitude of, we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. Ladies, never. And I mean never let someone treat you like a second option. If he wants to spend time with you, he needs to be showing that he's capable of being thorough. Being random and spontaneous is great. That's all fine and dandy. And it's completely necessary to keep the fun alive in a relationship. But you see how I said relationship, right? When y'all are just meeting, just getting to know each other, y'all ain't in nothing. Y'all not doing nothing. So don't overdo the grace part. And definitely don't overdo treating him like your man before he is. But hear me. I'm telling you to run from the man who always last minutes you. Not the guy who is just simply unaware of your standards. Okay? Because you can communicate that you don't do last minute plans with the right man and he will tighten up. You can just say, hey, I'm not able to do last minute plans, but I still love to meet up just with some more notice. The right guy will be all ears to what makes you comfortable because he wants to be with you. He's prioritizing you. The wrong guy will catch an attitude, or he'll just tell you what you want to hear to make you shut up, and then he'll keep doing the same exact thing. That guy is a user and is wasting your time. Number 4, he breadcrumbs affection with you. So when a guy is breadcrumbing you with affection, it just means he's giving you just enough attention to keep you interested, but never enough to really build a real connection or really move the relationship forward. It's like he's throwing crumbs your way like you're a duck. And this can look like sporadic texts, sweet words here and there, or occasional gestures of interest. But there's just no consistency. That's the point. There's no consistency. He might pop in and out of your life, leaving you confused or just wondering if things will ever progress further. And the sad reality is that breadcrumbing is often a tactic used by emotionally manipulative people who just want to keep you around without showing any effort. Breadcrumbing creates inside of you a false hope. And hope is the most powerful thing in the world. With hope, you are constantly looking for the next sign of affection. You are constantly clinging to those little moments that he gives you, thinking it's progress, thinking it means something when it really doesn't. And you need to run from people like this. Because people like this enjoy the validation of having someone there, but they don't respect them and they don't care about them. If you find yourself constantly wondering where you stand with a guy, or if you're constantly chasing after him to get his attention, big red flag. And if you stay too long in something like this, over time, you start to accept the crumbs as normal or as enough, thinking that any attention is better than none at all. And this will lead you into a cycle of emotional dependence, which creates that anxious attachment style that everybody's talking about right now. If you're anxiously attached to him, this breadcrumbing can leave you feeling even more insecure about yourself and about the relationship. Because it's people with anxious attachment styles that need constant reassurance. You know the people who need constant praise, constant applause. They're anxiously attached. And neither you nor your body is dumb. So when you're only getting small, inconsistent doses of affection, it literally feeds into your fears of abandonment that are already present. So you start overanalyzing everything, every text, every interaction, wondering if you said something wrong, or if you did something wrong, or if he's losing interest, or if he's looking at somebody else. And instead of feeling confident about you and about y'all's relationship, you're stuck in this cycle of anxiety that's so heavy. Because you're always waiting for the next crumb to validate that you're okay, that you're safe. And I know this treatment all too well because I was in a situationship for 6 years because of it. Killing myself to convince this man to love me, to cherish me, when all he did was take from me. And in a Christ-centered relationship, the love is patient. The love is kind, it's committed. There's just no room for breadcrumbing or emotional manipulation because he's truly serious about you. And when he's truly serious about you, he will show it in his actions, not in these inconsistent, convenient gestures. As a Christian dating guide, I've really noticed that the biggest thing in dating and in relationships is that we want so bad to be in one. And then we spend 70% of our time trying to fix the other person in that relationship. We waste good years trying to convince somebody to treat us right and to do right by us, just to give them the blueprint on how to be better for the next person. For what? When God made Eve, he said, I'm going to make a suitable helper. He didn't say, oh, I'm going to make somebody who needs some help, needs some work, right? Adam didn't have to do anything to make her be somebody for him. And Eve didn't have to do anything to make Adam be somebody for her. God created them perfectly for one another, and they fit. So why are you wasting your time trying to convince somebody to do right by you? Convince a man to do right by you? Why, after you've watched this video and recognize that the guy you're thinking of does some or all of these things, would you ever waste your time on that? Would you ever spin the block on somebody like that? I'm telling y'all, this is the season to reclaim your time. Only desperation and a lack of self-worth allows you to see somebody mistreating you and you stay to try to help them figure it out. Why? And even if they did give you the marriage, the house, the white picket fence, is that really the dynamic you want going into your marriage? Where you have to beg and plead to get your needs met, to be understood, to be appreciated, to be loved, to be considered, to not be cheated on. I'm telling y'all, the marriage, the relationship, the ring, the kids, the house, it's only going to reveal their character. It won't change it. If now, when everything is calm and simple and you're still not their number one person, trying to settle down with them or force their hand to settle down with you is the worst move you can make to try and get it. I'm telling you, I've been down that road before. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and there's nothing down that road. There is nothing down that road, okay? It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your beauty. It's not worth the energy. It's not worth it, and it's not what God wants for you. If you liked this video or found it even a little encouraging, you know what to do. Like and share this video with a friend. And if you're really about that Jesus life, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I'll be looking for y'all's thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see y'all soon.